Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here, and I'm going to be talking about the recent changes to the 25 HP heroes that happened with Sim. Then you also have a couple other heroes like McCree and Widow and Brig. Now, let's get right into it. With this, was it a very good idea to do? It was a good idea on paper, but once it came to actual on in the game, it hasn't been a good idea at all because the Brig has been popping up in certain types of metas and type of comps. And then on top of that, we also have people testing scrims with Brig BAP for double shield because you give Brig a little more power. It's not going to actually help the actual problems with the games. And I feel like those changes weren't the greatest in hindsight because the reason of you give Brig a boost in HP, it breaks her ever so slightly. Now, with McCree, people have been complaining because he's been a little harder to kill. I can definitely understand where they're coming from because he has that increased health pool and makes it a little harder for him to actually be killed, I would say. As we've seen many people be like, oh, this new Kree could be very deadly and all of that. And on top of all the facts of if you have increased health pools, it makes just things harder to kill. Like, look at how the lovely Brig is. She was perfectly killable. Now she's not really that killable at all. It's just one of those checks and balances that there is for heroes that 25 HP isn't the way to go in a lot of situations. Things with Symmetra, it doesn't really matter because Symmetra is one of the least used heroes in the game, and it's definitely interesting how they do all of that. Now, for the other heroes that they've done, like Widow, it really did nothing. It did absolutely nothing, as we are still seeing her being played in higher elos and still a threat to how she is. So, Widowmaker's side of things, not the greatest, because you can't really nerf Widow and expect it to actually work. And by actually working is that her fall off is 60 to 80 meters last I remember, and that fall off, you're never really going to reach that fall off in most of the games because the only map that does it is on ruins for what's that map? For Elios? Yeah, Elios ruins. That's the only map that you will get max sightline. And that's kind of shocking when you look at it. Overall, this health pool change wasn't the best idea that they've done. And I think that should definitely be reverted because they're testing out in scrims the double shield with BAP and Brig because that's enough healing that you need for double shield. Because BAP's actually good again. One of the people that I definitely see playing BAP a lot is people like Dante. Dante is a very flexible person where he could actually flex on every single role, and he constantly makes Baptiste work with how the hero functions overall, and it's just a third DPS with him and the second support. So definitely crazy how people adapt all these changes to them. But anyways, I want to pass this discussion off to you. Was this 25 HP nerf worth it? Or was it a big flop where they're going to actually revert it? Because a lot of them is just complaining overall. And if they got a nerf, all these, why didn't Doom get a HP nerf? Like, that's the biggest question that there is. Why did the HP of Doom not get nerfed? Because he is one of the heroes that everyone complains about being, oh, this character's unfair and he's legit unkillable in the right hands. But should they stick with 50 or should they stick with a good 25? Let me know down in the description, as I want to hear your guys' opinion on a lot of these different situations. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.